Hello, my name is Joshua Brown from the interview training company, howtobecome.com. And in this presentation, I will teach you how to drastically boost your chances of interview success with these top 10 interview tips. So if you have an interview coming up with any organization, then please make sure you watch this video from start to finish, because I promise to help you to stand out and succeed. Now, in order to help you pass your interview the easy way, I'm going to cover the following 3 things in this video tutorial. Firstly, I will give you 5 preparation tips that you can do in just 10 minutes. These preparation tips will drastically boost your chances of interview success. Next, I'll give you 5 quick but powerful tips and techniques to use in your interview to make you the standout candidate. And finally, I'll provide you with instant free access to the best interview resources to help you pass any job interview you ever attend. And just very quickly, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I want to help you to pass your interview, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. And please don't forget to hit that like button, because that really does encourage me to make more videos just like these. Oh, and don't forget to tell me the name of the job role that you're applying for in the comment section, so I can get back to you with even more interview tips and advice. Okay, preparation interview tip number 1 is to study the job description. Now, why is that important? Well, all job adverts have a job description that lists what skills and qualities are required from the ideal candidate. This is your blueprint for success. So make sure you take note of the skills needed for the position on that job description and match them to your own skills and use them in your answers. So for example, if on the job description it states that they're seeking someone who is a team player with great communication abilities, then throughout your interview answers, be sure to say those exact terms and back them up with examples of where you've demonstrated those skills and qualities in previous work or academic experience. Okay, preparation tip number 2 is to spend 2 minutes researching the company. Now, by showing the hiring manager you have researched their company, it shows that you genuinely want to work for them and you're not just interested in the paycheck. So what should you do? Well, firstly, number 1, take a look at the company's products and services. It's important to know exactly what the company does. Number 2, visit the company's website and About Us page. Learn some quick key facts about their history, their mission statement, and the awards that they've won. And number 3, visit their social media profiles and take note of their latest news stories. You can then impress the hiring manager by sharing facts about the company in your answers, especially to the questions, why do you want to work here? And what do you know about our company? Okay, preparation tip number 3, perfect your interview introduction. Why is that important? Well, when attending an interview, you will first be asked to introduce yourself or tell me about yourself. By giving a brilliant answer, you will immediately impress the hiring manager and also gain confidence for the rest of your interview answers. So here is a short but brilliant and impactful answer that you can use to help you. Introduce yourself. Thank you for this opportunity. I am a hard-working and adaptable professional who values professionalism and collaboration. With a solid background in and insert your industry or field here, I believe my skill set and experience are a perfect match for this position. This will allow me to make a positive impact from day 1. I am committed to being a trustworthy and conscientious team player who leads by example and takes full responsibility for my own growth. If hired, I'll be dedicated to contributing long-term value to the business while continuously developing my skills to support the company's success for years to come. Okay, preparation tip number 4 is to practice your answers. So by preparing answers to the most common interview questions, you can answer confidently and be the standout candidate by giving excellent answers. So what should you do? Well, number 1, write down your answers to the top 10 interview questions. Number 2, practice them in front of a mirror. And finally, number 3, get friends and family to mock interview. I've seen this technique work great time and time again. Give it a try. And if you want to know what those top 10 questions are, then you may be interested in this. So don't, but when you're ready, and only if you want to, click that link in the top right hand corner. It will take you through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can get free instant access to How to Become's online interview training course for all job roles to give you the edge in your interview. Okay, here's the next interview tip for you. Preparation tip number 5 is to list 3 questions that you will ask the interviewer. Now, why is this important? Well, by showing engagement, by asking the hiring manager questions, either throughout the interview or at the end of your interview, not only does it show the hiring manager that you care about their company and the job role, but it ends the interview on a positive note and puts you firmly in the minds of the interviewer. I'll share some great questions that you can ask that'll even get the interviewer picturing you in the job role. This is a powerful psychological trick and it works great. So here are 5 great questions that you can ask. Let me know in the comment section below which ones you would choose or if there are any that worked great for you in the past. Okay, question number 1. What would you like me to concentrate on in the first 3 months of starting in the role? Number 2. In your view, how can I make the biggest positive impact in this role? Question number 3. What past mistakes have others made in this role that you'd want me to avoid? Question number 4. You seem to have a talented team here. Is it possible for me to introduce myself to team members of the team before I leave today? And number 5. What would my success look like in the role in a few years from now? Let me know in the comment section below which 3 questions you would choose. Let's now take a look at the 5 quick and powerful interview tips that you must use in your interview. So interview tip number 1, say you've researched their company. So by saying this, before applying, I researched your company to make sure I was the ideal fit for this role and that your values and goals aligned with my own. It tells the hiring manager that you truly care and are serious about working for their company and that you want to build a long-term career in their company. The majority of candidates don't care which company they work for, they only care about getting paid. So by saying this, you will stand out in a positive way. Interview tip number 2, use the STAR method. So when answering any behavioral interview question, such as tell me about a time when you delivered excellent customer service, or describe a time when you worked as part of a team, anytime you're required to draw on prior experience, make sure you use the STAR method to structure your answer. STAR stands for S for situation. What was the situation you found yourself in? T is for task. What was the task that needed to be carried out? You then move on to A for action. What action did you take to achieve the task? And then R is for result. What was the end result following your actions? Make sure it's always a positive end result. Okay, a bonus tip here. If you have not been in this situation before, that is okay. Instead, focus on when you've witnessed someone else in the position that handled that scenario well. And more importantly, what you would do if you were faced with that situation. So for example, if you're asked the question, tell me about a time when you delivered excellent customer service, then you could say this. Although I've never held a job where I've had to give excellent service, I do know how to provide it. I understand that in this job, it is my responsibility to give your customers brilliant service because that encourages them to come back to the company. Only last week, I entered a store and the customer service assistant immediately welcomed me with a smile. They took the time to ask me the questions about the goods I wanted to purchase, and they offered suggestions about the different products they had available. They then wrapped up my purchase carefully, showing that they cared before taking my payment and wishing me a good day before I went away. Because they were so nice and they made me feel welcomed and valued, I've since returned to the store on 2 further occasions to buy goods. I understand how important it is to provide great service, and I will always make sure I represent your business positively when dealing with your customers. That is a brilliant answer if you do not have any prior experience for that scenario. Okay, let's move on to interview tip number 3, and that is to wear a suit or a smart formal outfit. I get far too many comments on this channel from people saying, why should I wear a suit to a fast food interview? They won't care. That is the wrong attitude. By wearing a suit, it shows you care about the job role and you have high standards and that you want to do a good job. Even if no one else turned up in a suit, it will make you stand out from the candidates in a positive way. Always dress formally. And put it this way, if it was between you and one other candidate for the job role and you're both equally as good, who would you hire? The person who's made an effort to dress up formally and nice, or the person who hasn't? Okay, interview tip number 4, overcome interview nerves. You can overcome interview nerves by doing a few things, but one great trick is to stop thinking of it as an interview and instead to start thinking of the situation as a meeting between yourself and a potential employer. Remember they have to be the right fit for you too. This trick is a great one. It's quick and simple to implement. Let's move on to interview tip number 5, which is to present yourself positively. You can do this by smiling throughout your interview. It's surprising, but many candidates don't smile because they get too nervous in the interviews. But remember to smile throughout your interview. By smiling, it tells the hiring manager that you are a positive person and that you're likely to have a proactive, can-do attitude and get on well with their existing team. Also, don't be negative about previous employment, co-workers, or management. That's a big no-no and a big red flag. Do not be negative. And also make sure you sit up straight in that interview chair. A good posture is very important. Keep your hands apart on either knee. And finally, say thank you at the start and end of your interview. So for example, to introduce yourself at the start of the interview, you could say this: "Thank you for inviting me to be interviewed here today." And at the end of your interview, you could use this closing statement: "I would just like to say thank you for the opportunity to be interviewed for this position today. This role really does seem like the ideal fit for me, and this opportunity very much excites me. If you hire me, I promise to work hard to repay the trust that you will have shown in taking me on in the position." So the next thing to do, if you'd like to access top scoring example answers to the most common interview questions and get the very best in job interview technique and quick win strategies to boost your chances of success today, then please make sure you click that button in the top right hand corner or on the pinned comment below this video right now. Head through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can get access to our online interview training masterclass for free for the first 30 days. It's guaranteed to help you prepare effectively for your interview and also, more importantly, put you ahead of the competition. Make sure you check out that link. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe, as I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible pass their job interviews, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. Please also hit that like button, as that really does encourage me to make more videos just like these. And if you have any questions regarding any specific job role or job interview, please feel free to put the name of the job you're applying to in the comment section below this video, where I'll get back to you with the questions to prepare for and the interview advice for that role. And finally, don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below. It's always great to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best with your interview. Have a brilliant day.